Oh, my bad. I know I was
It's
forgetting
okay.
something. Well, we're live now, and you don't get to see any of it.
Wait, we're actually live?
Welcome to the DashBack, episode number 27.
Wait,
Man,
that's stream to
Genesis
me.
was crazy.
I need to see the screen. I need to see the show.
Be patient.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
now you
you.
can see the show.
Thank
Was
you.
that so bad?
No, it was great.
It was
That
great.
was
That's what I
good.
thought. We're back from Genesis.
Yay.
It might be Drama Wednesday, but we'll get to that in a little
Ah,
bit.
we'll see. My tummy hurts, man. I made some bad decisions today.
Uh-oh.
And in terms of the tummy department,
Mhm.
I had a bowl of oatmeal for breakfast, and then I didn't eat for the rest of the day until like I skipped lunch, and then I worked out, and then I ate a whole pizza about a half hour ago.
Oh God! All right, so we're gonna make this a quick one for the sake of Mender Bug.
No, it's good. We're good. I'm just. It needs to be known that I'm big and round right now. It has to be known.
I'm glad you shared that with the class. Let's talk about Slade. Let's talk about the new character. The new character got revealed at Genesis before Grand Finals, and it's Slade Spring, baby. We don't need to worry. Wallo's not here. Wallo's not the item character. It was Slade the whole time. I'm very excited for this character. You were like dooming about this character for like 2 minutes, and you're like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what you
I
were
was
like.
not dooming about
the down air, dude. This character.
No, you lack the fucking emotional intelligence to be able to distinguish between me like making observations about things that I think are standout. I think the down air hitbox is a standout thing about the character, given what we've seen. And I wasn't complaining about it. I wasn't like, that's bullshit.
It sounds like you're complaining about it.
You
gotta work on your
You
tone.
are crazy. I think you are crazy. I don't know. That
I'm crazy about this character, maybe.
Sure.
I think he's gonna be awesome. When the trailer happened, I was like, oh no, he's Shovel Knight. And then I was like, oh no, he's Link. But actually, I think he's gonna be really awesome.
I was like, oh no, he's Shovel Knight, and then I was like, oh yes, he's Link.
Yeah, that's
pretty much how it went. Oh my god. And Dancing Blade, oh my god, Dancing Blade. Dancing Blade is one of the coolest moves ever conceived in platform fight history. Did you figure out how it worked ever?
You told me how it worked.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Right, okay. Oh my god, the down throw is so cool. Everything about this guy is so cool. And I'll say this now because I won't know when else to say it, but the fact that there's so many reused things, I guess maybe it's a little different, but the Shovel Knight reuse being mainly the gimmick and then like down tilt, right? And then a lot of other stuff is like,
really makes me happy.
Yeah, a lot of other stuff is from like the links, all three of them actually, but
yeah,
the idea that they would take that old concept and reskin it, put on a new thing, makes me a little up. I want Ori. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I want like a new Ori, kind of bad. If not, for at least they need to make a character and give them Bash. That's what I'll say. But
I think
we're not here to talk about Ori. Let's converse about Slade a little bit.
Slade looks really fun. He looks much smaller than I thought he was gonna be.
Right. The size caught us off guard a little.
But he looks really, really fun. Like, he could be annoying to play against, but I don't even know, because we learned from this awesome video by the one and only Nurse. Use code Nurse at checkout. Because she got to talk to Dan a little bit about the character. I got to learn some things. I forget where I started this sentence. What was I talking about? Oh, the items cost money.
Yeah,
so
the items
you're not
money.
gonna have to. It's not gonna be like getting zoned by Boomerang the whole time. He's gonna need to engage in order to use those tools. Yeah. He gets the shuriken, but nothing else. Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. Wait, shuriken's free?
Shuriken's free.
That's a good one to be free. So yeah, it
gets more expensive as it goes through the carousel.
Yeah, that's to be expected, and it gets more powerful as well. Or at least it seems. I've forgot to watch this video. Deadass, I've been watching Beastly VODs all day. I was like so prepared. I'm really prepared to talk about Genesis, maybe. And I'm I just completely forgot we were talking about Slade. So I wish that I watched this video. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions.
Yeah.
Does the neutral B, do you press it repeatedly to get to the next item, or do you hold it like
Oh, I
Pac-Man
don't think we
bonus
know,
fruit?
but I think you hold it, but I'm not certain.
Okay, that would make more sense because if you're just pressing repeatedly,
Yeah.
how would you know when to confirm the item? Okay, that makes sense. Um, did we figure out what the droplet does?
No, that was the one thing that apparently Dan was gonna say, but then like somebody else, like went to go talk to somebody else, and then Nurse never found out. She
Unlucky.
thinks it's a speed boost when he holds it because that was something in dungeons. But that seems kind of weird for an item that you hold and then makes you faster when the treasure chest, the down B, was where like the buffs were sort of. So I don't know.
But the
Could be anything.
wait, was the droplet not? Wait, the droplet was bonus fruit. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Draw was one
understand.
then there was the other thing that we don't know is the white wing, but it's probably like another double jump.
It's I thought that was confirmed that it was another double jump.
I don't
I
think
thought
so.
I read that somewhere on Twitter, and I thought it was from Nurse in my brain, but maybe not. But I think we can just kind of assume that that's
Yeah.
another jump. Whether it's like for a whole stock, it's probably for a whole stock. Yes, that's just how
Mhm.
shit works. Does he have a Zaire with the chain?
Yes, he does.
That's fucking awesome. I'm actually really interested how good that's gonna actually be. Because traditionally they're really cool poke, like zoning pokes and like in niche situations combo starters, but with floor hug being such a central mechanic, I wonder how it's going to play around that, if it's going to be really easy just to
Mm.
floor hug it all the time. That that's something I'm going to be thinking about during when he first comes out.
Yeah, we'll
um
have to see how it works out
Another
in the extra
question
game. Yeah,
about one of the moves, forward air, it's the two hit, right? No, yes. Forward air is the two hit,
I
right?
think yeah.
Because Nair's Link. Um,
Mhm.
it looked like in the trailer that the first hit was strong and the second hit was weak, like for comboing. Is do you
I don't think she talked about that.
if you
Broke
just
it
pull up the
down.
trailer and go to the
Yeah,
first clip,
first
um,
clip.
so the first fair there looked really
Mhm.
strong. Wait, yeah, go back a little more as well.
Yeah. Oh,
To because I think we hit the second one, and then the second one was a lot more combo-y. Yeah, it
mhm.
hits the second hit of it, and it
Yeah.
goes pretty much nowhere. I think that's a really cool idea, really cool concept for a move if that is how it works, which I don't know. I just don't know what else would be the case. Boomerang seems really pretty good, so that's gonna be good. Um Phoenix Feather, we've been told it's just Rano Bubble. But I want to talk my shit because I didn't think
Yeah.
this was worth like tweeting about or like, but like, I just want to say I feel like the context matters a little bit. I understand how easy it is for Rano to get into his bubble. I understand that
Mhm.
it's not a real, it doesn't cost money. You just throw it down, you position it, and then you play around it. Um, but I do think that the context of like anywhere in the blast zone, like Slade's able to live spikes with the Phoenix Feather. It's
Yeah.
able to live off the top. You don't have to DI to it. It's not something you have to play around. You can play pretty normal and just
Mhm.
have another life. I think that even though it costs money, it's going to be more of an investment. I think the context matters. And so everyone who was
Yeah.
replying and quote retweeting you being like, it's just Rano Bubble. I'm a Redditor and I win
I
because it's
think
actually not that good.
it's
I just think it
well,
matters
it's
a little
also
bit.
so it's expensive. Dan said it's like you're gonna get it like once a game max. That's how much it is, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
So I think it's probably worse Rano Bubble, to be
Yeah.
honest.
To be clear, I also think it is much worse than Rano
Yeah.
Bubble. I don't think it's going to be good at all. I just think saying
I
Rano
think, but
Bubble got him is
yeah, it's not that simple. It's okay. I was just
annoying.
engagement baiting. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Engagement
Mhm.
bait. Speaking of engagement bait, he should be
Mhm.
hotter, right?
He should be hotter, and people have
He
been saying
should
this.
be hotter.
And he was his dungeon design was much hotter. He was more shredded and less blue. And now they made him more blue. Hopefully they'll make him less blue when he drops. But he's too blue, in my
He's too
opinion.
blue. The abs aren't defined enough.
No.
Smiled. I mean, the abdomen gills. I've seen a lot of conversation
I've
about.
seen
You should have
one
those.
person
Those
in
are.
particular saying that a lot.
I mean, the tail. No, I won't speak on the tail. The tail's great, actually. The tail's great. Did you see Dan's convo with the tail lover 87 or whatever
Yes.
on
He'll
Twitter?
never be
I thought that
satisfied.
was funny. I thought that was really
Mhm.
funny. He's good. He just ought to be hotter
He ought to
because
be hotter.
of that's just the source material. It's just how it works. But
Mhm.
I don't know. We'll get there. He'll have a bathing suit skin, and it'll sell a gorillion copies using code markup in
Mhm.
the store. So
I'm
it's
looking
all good.
forward to learning more about the character in the dev streams to come. I know they're doing one tomorrow, but I think it's just about like the sound design or something.
Yeah, it's
But check
audio.
out
They talked about
those are
their
always on Thursdays. So check those out on the
audio
Rivals of Aether channel or Aether
audio
Studios channel.
roadmap. I
Audio
think
roadmap.
no, literally, they said they're going to discuss their audio plans for like the rest of the year, which is funny
I'm
conceptually.
intrigued,
I'm sure it's
honestly.
great. They have been like nickel and diming away at some effects, adding in new effects, changing
Mhm.
some old ones. So it's and that stuff adds up for game feel, which I think is one of the stronger suits for Rivals right now. And
Definitely.
yeah,
All
okay.
right, but I think that just about does it for
W
Slade. Go
Slade.
watch the news video if you haven't already.
Mhm.
That'll bring us over to the January mid-month patch. That's not this month. It's freaking February.
We're so fucked. We're so
February
fucked.
mid-month patch. There wasn't a
Yay!
ton of balance changes. I wasn't expecting any balance changes, or maybe
Yeah.
I don't know if I was. It felt
I
like it
low
was
key
there
wasn't.
wasn't gonna be.
I mean, they're imminent. I definitely felt like after Genesis that
Yeah.
but I didn't know if it was going to be like right after or when Slade
Mm-hmm.
drops. Maybe there'll be a big balance patch or somewhere in between.
Yep.
Regardless, we got Samurai Clarin making an
Yes.
appearance. It's been a while since Clarin has had a good skin, and I say that with full greed intended. Like completely and utterly. Was this a good skin though? Much to discuss actually. I've seen very polarizing opinions on this skin. I saw like I think the taunt is sick.
The taunt is
First and foremost,
objectively
the
sick.
taunt is fucking awesome. The new victory music is awesome. The entrance is awesome. A lot of the custom stuff she has is really cool. It's what I personally don't like are the palettes. That's just a me thing. They're
Mm-hmm.
probably objectively pretty good palettes. The blue one's probably the best because she already is that darker color. I just don't like really when palettes change the accessories and clothing, but not the character
Yeah.
themselves to like match. It just like clashes weirdly in my brain.
I see what you mean. I'm not too big a fan of this skin, to be honest. At first I was like, Samurai
Really.
Clan, that sounds sick. But I feel like there's
Okay.
just a lot going on. Just in terms of the clothing, the armor, that I don't really vibe with. It's not for me.
I think the game feel for her is a lot different. As Claren player, I bought the skin immediately with code Lin, and I jumped in the training room pretty immediately to start my post Genesis labbing. And uh this is backed by real science, or so I'm told, is like the skins do matter. They change actually, like how it
Yeah.
looks changes how your brain registers things feeling, which for this skin the armor makes the movement feel slightly worse. Maybe yeah,
Mhm.
honestly maybe it was just like I jumped on ranked after, and playing online felt so much worse than like grinding offline at Genesis, so maybe that was a big part. But the sword is also like it's pretty light and it's pretty thin, so it felt like I wasn't getting max range out of my tippers. I sound like a crazy person right now,
No,
but
but this
I
is
don't
real,
like how
especially
it.
with
I
Claren. People love to talk about how, like, the laser skins versus, like, the physical ones feel like
Yeah,
if more easy to hit tippers with
yeah,
or
the
sometimes the
slashers
opposite.
versus the battering ones
Yeah.
versus the laser ones. Like it does make uh a big difference in terms of feel. So I haven't loved how it feels as for like how I like to play the game, but I think it
Yeah.
looks great, and I think everything else about it, the taunt, the emote, you fight with honor or something, the all the sound effects, I think it's all really phenomenal.
Right.
It's really great. Usually do's code a bark up. Our friend bought this skin and he used the Aether bucks that he had been saving since the game released. He actually didn't even use code bark up. So
I mean, I can't really blame him for that.
we're gonna kill that guy.
I've got a lot of those saved up.
Yeah,
We got some performance updates and improvements, which I think, especially after Genesis, although I understand it wasn't actually necessarily the game's fault. Um, Performance and optimization has always been, I think, one of the game's biggest weaknesses, especially with like new players. They come in and their game's lagging and stuttering. That just makes them not want to come back. We got some new updates moving over to DirectX 12 for most systems. And then we had Zach with a Q, who has been doing all the optimization guides previously, helped out in putting this together. Some new graphic settings you can turn down, as well as a warning pop up if VJoy is installed, because that messes stuff up.
Yeah.
But great. I'm very happy that they're targeting optimization more, and I would love to just see it continue. I haven't gotten a chance to. I haven't played since we got back from Genesis.
That's crazy.
I've been
You're not a wanter. You're not a hungry man.
I'm a busy man.
You're a busy guy. No, sure.
But
it's great. I can speak on it.
That's something they need to optimize. Yeah.
It's great. I've heard great things. I've heard a lot of people having no issues. I had a couple problems earlier today in terms of I had the optimization guide, so I had to uninstall that. And then once I did, I had problems actually running them when I had the optimization guide and the new update. Playing with them both was actually like pretty fine for me, but then when I had to uninstall it, it was having issues. I think it's resolved. It should be all good now. But across the board, this is like a great thing, and I think it makes a lot of sense to target pretty aggressively things like optimization and improving the audio over the course of however many months as we get ready for the game to hit its more important casual updates, like the rumored casual stages and items, which we can expect.
They're not rumored. Soon. They're confirmed coming.
Well, we don't know when they're coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. They're confirmed coming, but I don't know. Dan kind of talks about it like a rumor.
He does talk about it like it's a dirty little secret.
Yeah, they're just like, ooh, we're putting bombs in the game. Ooh, so like with that and with Workshop also on the horizon and seeing developments pretty quickly, it makes sense to target all those things. I'm glad that they did.
Yeah, and I think
a problem for a while.
You know, the definitive edition, quote unquote, where they do the console release, that sort of stuff. It will be coming, I think, at some point next year is the current plan, and I think it'll be very, very important to have the game in an optimized and a largely bug-free, Crag and Lorena notwithstanding sort of circumstance. I think where was I going with this? I'm sorry, I'm a little out of it. What was I going with this?
It's all good, dude. It's okay. This stuff happens, man. It's okay. It's just the reality of the situation.
There's a lot of things. There's
talking
so
about items, talking about optimization, talking about console release, talking about Workshop, talking about definitive edition. You know that when Slade comes out, there's going to be as many characters.
Oh, I remember.
As there were. Yeah.
Where were you going to finish your thought?
No, I was just going to, I think when Slade comes out, there's going to be as many characters in Rivals 2 as there were in Rivals 1, except for Ori and Shovel Knight, actually. So never mind.
Okay.
But
well, thanks for that.
Yeah, continue.
I think it'd also be very important to have the game in a better, more polished, better performing state for Evo this year.
Ooh,
because we're going to
Evo's a big one, yeah.
Mainstay, we're going to be a lot of people looking at us, and it'll be very important to not have these issues that we've been running into when we're on that level of stage. But we got some more things in this little patch. We got a Combo Devils collab, who's got their Kickstarter going right now. If you back their Kickstarter, you get an emote, an icon, or 2 icons, actually. Some fun, cute stuff. We got some new palettes, which I really like.
Oh, so good.
Ones. I think this last Primal Dawn collection was my favorite. And I have the Arcane skin, so it all looks pretty cool. And then the mint, I do really like the mint Samurai Clarin
It's
personally. I know
good.
you're talking about you don't love
No, it's
the
good. It's good. This is a pretty
palettes.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty
But
good one.
no
Although I
no
wish. Hold
emotes.
on. Wait. Go back up to
Yeah.
it. Analyzing. I wish the crest on her helmet was pink instead of gold, and then I think it would be. Do I think that? And then maybe the belt too. The gold trims are nice, but I think we need the. Doesn't make sense to have some of the ropes, like the rope trims, be pink and then some of them be gold. I just want the pink and I want the mint to really thrive there.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
But ultimately, I still bought it. I don't really care that much. It's Avatar Grizzlus is fire, by the way. That is a really awesome one. All the avatars I like Rivals, man. They do a good job.
I like Rivals and the dungeons or the creatures characters. And the rest of this is just some bug fixes, some stuff with removing devices, characters teleporting around with platforms. Pairing a teammate or their projectile will no longer give you intangibility. I didn't realize this was a thing. I thought it was like, of course that's not a thing.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know how, but
it's like it's hard to take advantage of. I think honestly, even though
I think it's
done.
probably just that brief intangibility, like when you parry someone who parried you, like your projectile, like a Zetaburn throwing a fireball, it gets parried, and then they parry it back and they get it for like a split second.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about,
that.
but I don't think that was the case.
Maybe. We got Santa Burn. Beastly was very excited about this. Has his feet, I don't know, fixed. I forget. Some colors, whatever. This would cause the game to freeze when performing lead special below crack pillar. Gem dashes are normal now. Dash attacks are normal now. Taunt 2 now has a new sound effect. And
I didn't hear it. I forgot to listen to it, unfortunately.
That does it for the patch. They said, did they say at the top? Last month.
They say
I
no.
think they said somewhere that, or maybe there was rumored from somewhere that the next patch is going to be the balance changes, or hopefully Crag getting.
We don't know.
Killed.
That's the thing. That's the thing is we don't know. So maybe someone out there knows, but we don't know. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
That does it for the patch. And now we have Genesis X3 to talk about the R2CS finals. And I think we'll talk about the results, the players first, and then we talk about the experience and the Drama Wednesday of it all. Or do you want to talk Drama Wednesday?
Oh, that was the Drama Wednesday. Let's talk the good things. Let's talk about the results.
Okay, let's talk about the good things. Let's talk about the winner, Beastly, because I changed from going into this, and I still do going into Genesis.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Is it playing? Okay, real? I can't hear it. I don't.
Known for killing you so early. Never mind. What a blowout.
I cannot be excited going into Genesis getting thrashed by K-Gasol like that.
Beastly no follow up, but that will do it 102% after the hit.
I had really high expectations going in for Beastly. Third is great. I was not impressed by the level of play.
Gem pop bear.
Like for me, I don't think he's in
His last part's
the
best.
convo to be winning Genesis over like Cake and Ion and Rangachu and and we got to remember like Stango's going Olympia at Genesis too. So
Beastly.
That's good.
It was on Zeke's stream yesterday.
This is so stupid, bro.
And
so fucking
it was like, oh, I got a Mender bug clip. And it was
I was so scared, by the way. I was so scared. I resubbed because I wanted an increased chance in the Galvin skin giveaway. And then Beastly saw my resub and was like, oh, I have a Mender bug clip. And I was like, gonna shit my pants. I had no idea what he could have possibly been referencing. Because I say a lot of things, truthfully. And I obviously pulled up the clip and I was like, "Oh, I did say that, didn't I?" I did say that he was out of the conversation, bro.
Zeke commissioned me to edit it to put it into a shit post for Beastly to upload. So just working against you. Everyone's Team Gary now.
So
fuck Mender Bug.
It makes no sense, dude. It makes no sense. Team Gary for what? You didn't do anything. You didn't actually do nothing. You like, I think maybe not even. I don't even. You were on Beastly's side. You were like, yeah, maybe Beastly could do it, but you weren't exactly confident about it. You weren't exactly outstanding about it.
Why would I be? He got 3-0 by
punished and vilified repeatedly for having completely reasonable opinions. It is absolutely ridiculous that Beastly gets to play fucking 8+4 matchups in a row and get the luckiest, and Billy Bats doing all the dirty work, his henchmen, truthfully, and then I'm the one getting DMs about it. It's a little silly. Why are we Team Gary? There's no team. He doesn't have it. You can be anti-Menderbug. That's great. But he doesn't. There's no. Yeah, what do you stand for?
I didn't think that was nothing. Because like it's not like I'm against you,
right?
Like I mean, I want you to keep saying all these things.
My points were
for
great.
The engagement of it all.
He played terribly at Let's Make Big Moves. It was like
play terribly.
He did play terribly, and you know how I know this?
Because
I went back. No, because I went back and I watched, because I was so mystified how he could lose a game 5 to Ron, and then come into this in 6-0 Ron in winners, 3-0 in winners, finals, 3-0 in grands. And I wanted to see the difference. So I went back and I looked at the difference, and the difference is that fucking Beastly killed himself like 8 times against Ron Gunshoe. And at Genesis, he just didn't SD. And I mean, it's like, congratulations on playing normal. Like we can play at the bare minimum and win Genesis now. It's awesome. It's so cool.
Wow, that's a crazy thing to say.
It's okay.
The double down.
Let me take a deep breath. No, let me take a deep breath, because I have a lot of good things I want to say about Beastly. Let me. I feel the damage has been done already, but I need to take a deep breath. So Beastly is, at a glance, I think, one of the best players at using his stage positioning to inform his decision making. I think he is one of the players that it is incredibly obvious how hard he plays for center and how much it informs the decision making.
That especially shows when you compare his 2 Ron Gunshoe sets here to the ones at Genesis, or sorry, at LMBM, because he is like constantly just keeping center stage, keeping Ron Gunshoe in the corner. And like, it was honestly, for rooting for Brad, it was hard to watch him just get constantly just maneuvered, corralled into the corner.
It's tough. It's tough when your goat. It's tough when your goat gets dash dance Swift punished out of the corner and edge guarded every single time. It's tough, and they get an up throw. And another thing at LMBM, Beastly was dropping combos like crazy. Like, so many times when he would go for the up throw bear regrab and just fucking miss, it's like straight up. Like, and I know there is some like agency there. I think Brad has really good double stick DI on the back airs and on the up airs to make things really difficult. But the truth of the matter is, at LMBM, Beastly was dropping a lot of combos and leaving a lot on the table, and it still went game 5 last hit. And here at Genesis, things were significantly cleaner, both in the macro sense, in terms of the game plan with the movement and the positioning, and then on the small stuff in the combo game. In addition to not SDing, it's just like, it just makes sense.
So here's 2 things I want to say about Beastly here, and about your criticism of Beastly. First is that he didn't have to play Cake Assault, which he admitted like afterwards. He was like, I want to win a major where I beat Cake. But the other thing is, what wasn't in the clip, what wasn't in the Beastly post, is me saying I had faith in Beastly because he's a grinder and a learner. And I think the difference between these 2 performances just speaks to that, his grinding and his learning. He puts in a lot of time, and you could tell in this matchup he was like, I think he had the Olympia for just this matchup, and what was like maybe gonna do it for Cake, but probably not at this event. Literally just for Claren, whipping out the Olympia. played against a couple Clarens. If I know he played Capel. I think he played another one too. Maybe I'm
Played
making that up in my brain.
And probably Sly.
Capel and Sly, yeah. So
Dropped a game to Capel and 2 games to Sly.
And none to
6-0
Rungunshu.
That's
That's
aura.
pretty crazy.
That's aura.
That is aura.
But no,
sure.
look at the bracket. Look at the bracket real quick. Okay. Because I'm gonna spit. Rungunshu +2 for Olympia Claren. Ant low-key Ant threw the fuck out of that set. Like I mean, no disrespect. I think he would 100% agree that Ant threw the fuck out of that set and definitely was favored in games 4 and 5 even. So that kind of sucks. That just like kind of sucks.
Game 5, I felt Beastly was pretty confident.
Also, Zetter Absa
is tough.
Notorious +2 for Zetterburn. One has been called one of the worst matchups in the game. Go back to the bracket, please, because next is ZB, who is a player that stylistically Beastly matches up very well into. Beastly's always done well against ZB, and I think against Craig in general because he's able to play that.
Thank you, strategy.
He plays a lot more disciplined and a lot more picks his battles a lot better, I think. And so Beastly player-to-player matchup, that's like +1, but it's Craig. So that was genuinely W overcoming the devil of actual Craig, because that shit's hard. It also helps that like this is Beastly's best stage, and it's also ZB's like comfort pick, more or less. One of ZB's like 4 evil comfort picks. You must defeat my 7 evil counter picks. Yeah, well, who else? And then Sly and Capel, 2 more +2s. Insane that he actually lost a game to Capel. Just kind of insane. Just he's kind of shit for that. And then
you were on some major negativity today. Is it the pizza?
Capel said it. It's because Capel said it.
I don't know, but not even besides that. It's crazy, man. You're a hater.
Think so. I don't think that's true.
You definitely are. I think it's in your word choice. The way you're talking about it.
I'm making observations. I'm having completely reasonable opinions about all of this, I feel.
Yeah, it's just the way you're delivering them.
Okay.
Is very emotional.
Okay, I know. I guess we play fucking fighting games and you need me to coddle every sentence, every word like you're a little baby. So that's fine.
You just gotta think about Beastly, man. You clearly heard him already. That's why you recorded the
video. Recording that on your phone is awesome. No, Beastly. Okay, holistically, I just think it needed to be noticed. The bracket round. That said, it's so funny that this scuffed event was his victory, his eventual victory.
Yeah.
Beastly has been someone that has been, I guess you could say, like a gatekeeper for like the top 5 or something.
Yeah, kind of. He's always been in this weird spot. Like he missed her 3rd place.
Yeah.
But he really has been like someone who is just shy of actually like closing out tournaments, especially against Cake, where like he has like 3 game 5 losses against him. I think he beat him once at Battle of BC, but it's like he's never been able to get over the finish line. And finally, this was the bracket that he could. It's a little Mickey Mouse in some respects. In the run is I wouldn't call it a Mickey Mouse run. I call it a very fortunate bracket path. But that's how
part of it, bro.
Shakes up when Cake loses to B-Bats and Ant.
Luck is a skill, bro. I mean, that's the thing. And not to, I mean, every win has its luck. Sometimes we dodge demons. Sometimes we catch people on a bad day. I think the only like actual demon I would say that
4 brackets back in the day of playing Fleet where he just didn't have to play Claren. And it was he was great back then.
That's true. You know, that's 100% true. He said he like had been practicing Forsburn for Claren, like maintaining it, but just never played any of them. So it was the era of Fleet. So it looks like it's the era of Beastly. I think that completely genuinely, the improvement in only a 2-week span from Beastly in on the ollie, polishing it, refining it, making sure the game plan was there, making sure the combos were tighter. Some advancements. The gem placements were a lot better. It was something that he wasn't really utilizing very much at all at LMBM, was gems in like neutral, but was able to use gem offensively and keep it in really great spots in the corner to really apply the pressure. So that's good. That's all good for Beastly. This man was due a major. I think it was only a matter of time before he got it. It's just really hilarious that it was the
one with all the tech issues and
the
backstage
Genesis
matches and didn't have to play Cake.
Yeah, and Cake got 5th, and Ion got 9th, and Stango got 17th, and it's like, damn, like everyone's getting it was the Wild West out there. So I don't know.
It truly
stuff
was.
To Beastly. Yeah.
I mean, the other person I feel is maybe doing major at this point. That's going to be Run Gunshoe. We were both rooting for him, especially after the game 10 loss to Cake at LMBM was just,
oh my God.
the reverse 3-0 in the reset was heartbreaking. And I thought he was going to be able to do it based on all of his other games, especially with like the bracket path. He didn't have to play Cake, he didn't have to play Ion, and I'm sure you would have been just as enraged that he didn't have to. I'm sure if he won the whole thing, right? As you were to Beastly.
If Ron, given that Ron didn't have to play
without having
no, because overcoming Beastly is like an incredibly notable thing.
Would you say that overcoming Ron Gunshoe was a notable thing for Beastly?
Yes.
Okay.
100%. 100%. Ron won the last time they played, and he was able to. He's a learner, like you said. He made the improvements. Plus 2 matchup aside, like that's an impressive feat.
Yeah, I think I was trying to say, I did think Ron Gunshoe was going to do it until that game against the first set against Beastly, and I was like, oh, Beastly's kind of like got this down to a science, and it was tough. There were some really sick matches from Run Gunshoe. This one against Ant went to game 5, was super hyped. The crowd very much rooting for Ant in a lot of these games, which made it all the more sad that Ant Cake was played backstage.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Run Gunshoe had one of those. I think honestly, another fortunate bracket.
Yeah, definitely
like matchups. He's actually like the B-Bats win was really good. That set was really phenomenal. They've gone back and forth. I think the all-time record is actually in Billy's favor. And Billy won the last time they played, which was at Sunset Melee. So it was a very hype set to watch. It was awesome that Ron was able to win that. And the set over Ant, another one which is like could go either way. I'd say that's definitely one of Claren's better matchups in general. But Ant and Absa are the type of player and character combo that can defy matchup charts. And truly. So it's like it can definitely be a tough one, and it was pretty tight. Ant put up a really good fight.
I don't know when the next tournament we're going to see Run Gunshoe at is going to be. I don't even know what tournaments are coming up for NA like soon.
I mean, it's Fusion.
It's Super Fusion,
Collision.
That's in the summer.
May.
Normal Battle of BC. I think is also
I think we can expect to see Ron at Battle of BC and Gommel.
Yeah, Gommel for sure. But yeah, I want to see him playing again soon because like he's gotten so damn close. I mean, 2 second places back to back. He's clearly overcome a lot of the issues with nerves in these high stakes bracket. I mean, it doesn't get more high stakes than these last 2 events. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
So I am just looking forward to every single bracket he plays in. I'm going to be rooting for him in pretty much all of them, I feel, unless there's some real favorite of mine coming out, but I don't even know who that would be.
It made me sad about the crowd. I mean, a lot of things made me sad about the crowd and the whole experience, but the fact that it wasn't a Brad crowd, especially after LMBM, where it felt like actual like Dragon Ball Spirit Bomb for the losers run for Ron Gunshoe, just made me a little bit sad. But
I agree.
that was perhaps one of the less pressing issues of the tournament. So it is what it is. Ron, it's a matter of time. He's getting better, every time. Yeah, undoubtedly.
For sure. I mean, should we talk about who the crowd? I think the crowd favorite for the whole tournament clearly was Ant.
It's like probably, but also it was just the very loud people behind us.
Maybe. I think people love their Absa.
Yeah.
And Ant is a cool player to watch. And I think the Ant was the player I was most impressed with over the course of this whole event.
Okay.
Even though I haven't even gotten to see the Cake Assault game yet. He, in some of these games, especially against Run Gunshoe in a matchup that people were like, that's really, really bad for Absa. Put up such an amazing fight. Great show against Billy, against Beastly was also super impressive. Even the set against Ion, which is pretty Absa favored. Or sorry, yeah, it is Absa favored. Like Ion put up such a great fight, plays well into pretty much every character, regardless of the matchup. And then Ant just like was able to close it out after almost universe swept. I think he played just so well this whole event, and lost out 2 game 5s to get eliminated. That's how it goes sometimes. But I was super impressed with Ant.
Yeah, the loss to Beastly was pretty heartbreaking. It was like Ant was up 2-1 and then had a stock lead in game 4. But kind of on the very last stock got ran through. And he also like let the emotions really show. Which I thought was pretty cool to see. Very
I want to go to the Ion set.
Entertaining to
unfortunately,
see.
we don't have the shot of his perspective, of the crowd perspective, even though there was the camera there. But at the end, he gets the double fair at the very end.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Pops off, chair goes flying.
Yeah,
and then you'll see him turn and say something to the crowd. Respectfully brings the chair back up. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
Fuck Crag is what he screams at the audience.
On God, yeah.
Even after like he had a couple seconds to cool off, take the controller at the port. Fuck Crag. Respect.
That's one of those matchups. That's Crag losing.
Yeah.
Which is like he loses, but he can win. Like he's.
Dude, some of the combos Ion hit was like here. Like he got. We'll maybe touch on him a little bit. But like for the down airs, just
the down airs
after the other were
fucking
crazy.
Mad. Like it was the type you could tell Ant was expecting so many. Like you just don't expect it to be sent down fucking 6 times in a row. At some point, like you're trying to survival DI, you're not even thinking about the tech. You're thinking about how I'm going to DI to survive the next thing, but I just kept letting the dares rip. So
it's so good. Crag does so much fucking damage and kills you. That's the thing about Crag. Even if it's a losing matchup, he can still just kill you, and that is the great.
It's a game. It's a game about killing people. It's a game about killing people, and Crag is really good at that, while also being pretty good at not being killed himself. But although that's why Absa does so well, is she's actually can hit Crag pretty hard in those scenarios. Yeah, man, Ant was great. I wish that shit was streamed. He definitely. I think if it was streamed, I would have been fine with him beating. I was actually still honestly fine with him beating Brad and being the hero of the tournament, because the loss to Beastly, you could tell by the fashion it happened and by how upset Ant was about it. It was the type of thing that if they met again later, Ant was gonna turn it on. I think
for sure. I think the fact that Ant Cake wasn't streamed, wasn't on stage, wasn't even on a setup in the venue, it was backstage, was maybe the thing that like if that could have restored the vibes single-handedly. That a reverse 3-0 against the number 1 seed, with people the player that so many people were rooting for.
Was he number 1?
Like it would have. Cake was 1,
he was. Yeah, he was.
Ion was 2, Beastly 3. But it was unfortunate, and it was a fantastic run from Ant. We'll be getting the VODs eventually on the Genesis channel. for not just the backstage games, but the top 32 and the round 2 pools to be able to watch more of him. But it was a really phenomenal run, a very impressive one. Yeah, I mean, one set I didn't even realize they played was Zeus Ant. I wanna watch that really badly. Another game 5, played a
Was that not the
Sashi,
one?
was on
Wait,
the
what
Ollie.
stream set did Zeus go Ollie on stream at all?
Zeus? No, I don't
Did
think so.
Ion go Ollie on
Ion went
stream?
Ollie against Sophie
Right. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
for the top 8
I'm
qual.
remembering, yeah.
But that was it.
That's a good thing. We'll get that match. I don't know if we're gonna do a Genesis part 2,
Yeah.
but like video, but like
Yeah,
we'll
maybe
get that
make a
match
video. I might
eventually.
make a video about Ant's run.
Shout out Jet. Shout out Jet the Jenga God.
Shout out Jet the Gen God.
Was
Doing
on
work, running around the
crutches and
venue with crutches.
absolutely bossed up in the venue, making sure everything happened. Inspiration, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about B Bats, who
Billy.
had some great, fantastic wins at this event. Unfortunately, it ran into the ABSA, a matchup that I think struggles with, but beat Cake, Sophie, ZB, 3-0'd Maya, which is impressive. Loses out to Brad and Ant. But he played in this set against Cake, he played so damn well. He was all over him, especially in the edge guard department, which I think like Forsburn's got a lot of options in his recovery, but if like once those get like kind of removed with it's not so much smoke, Billy is a really great edge guarder. He can get out the clones, the air dodges early, and then just like punish Cake for just having to upbeat a stage. And he looked like he was so prepared for this set. And it was really, really cool to watch. Got the upset, sent Cake to losers before top 8. I thought it was going to be a losers Cake run, but it wasn't meant to be. The Ant.
Yeah. Fleet's a pretty good character.
It's really good, even after the nerfs, because she still has Nair.
Who does she really lose to? I'll talk about Billy in a second. I'm just like thinking.
I think she loses to Maple, and maybe I don't even know. She used to lose to Orcane for sure, but then the Orcane side got changed. Loses to Absa, definitely.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's the thing is like you get like a bunch of +1 and even doable matchups. But then Absa. I was really sad. There was a lot of sets in the top 8 so that felt like I was watching my dog run onto the highway. And Billy B-Bats versus Ant was one of those sets just because like we saw them play at LMBM. It seems like a fucking impossible matchup for Fleet.
It's just so hard for Fleet to close out. I mean, it's actually hard in like kind of a lot of the game states, but especially when you compare it to like the Cake set, it's just so much harder for Billy to be able to close out stocks. Abs is just super floaty, so she can't like do her horizontal like edge guards that well, and you want to be killing off the top, like we talked about this at LMBM, because they're both floaty characters, but Fleet has fewer tools to do that than Abs has got her damn awesome up air. That's so reliable.
The awesome up air. And like we talked about, like LMBM, Billy making definitely an effort to go for more down strong punishes and try to go for those things. But I didn't realize like so many up airs were like souring in spots where I thought they wouldn't. Which I think in a matchup like this was probably a bigger deal. It just looks like a tough one. It's like Puff Peach. Kind of. In many ways, it's like Puff Peach, where it's like, damn, what is Peach supposed to do to Puff? Where's the combo? Where's the kill coming from? They don't even have to like really be near you if they don't want to, which it isn't necessarily how this worked, this matchup, but it definitely feels like most of the game states Ant is in control of them.
So what you're saying is Billy needs to start playing for timeout against Absa.
I'm saying Billy will win Genesis X4 if Ant gets beaten by Beastly in top 32.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I mean, it definitely makes sense. It's just like
Right.
that's a ways away. Who knows what's gonna be what the game's gonna look like.
Right.
B-Bats,
Yeah. And
this
it's not
this
even
might be a
traveling
match
anymore.
that matchup that B-Bats goes Slade for all we know.
Oh, dude, Slade will have a good matchup into Fleet probably, and that's a guarantee.
That's
Actually,
probably a guarantee.
No, he's gonna get edge guarded like crazy. Actually, the up B's not very good.
Yeah, it's not.
I wonder how his recovery's gonna work because it looks like it's just the
dude,
up B.
There's got to be something. Every character.
Wait, can you tether grab the ledge?
We don't know.
We
You
don't
might be
know.
able to do it to ledge. You might be able to do it just a wall.
Oh,
But regardless, that's not something you're gonna have up all the time.
no, but it'll like incentivize getting it up immediately because that would be really really strong. Okay, cool. Yeah, so man, Billy.
Yeah, good run for Billy. Great wins.
He's really a vibes beacon as well,
dude. Oh my
gosh,
gosh,
everything was all going down.
He was saving the vibes on the stage. He was just I don't know. He was giving us his tight five, doing a little stand up for us,
doing some crowd work.
Yeah, some crowd work.
What's your name? Who do you main? Yeah,
that's what they needed to get us up there, man. They needed to get us in the audience. Next year, though, maybe a collision.
No, I was too sad and upset about the ongoings.
It was tough.
But it was a tough one.
I mean, let's talk about freaking Cake Assault, because Cake Assault got 5th place, the lowest he's ever placed at a major. I think definitely since the game's release. I can't really remember the betas that any.
There's no way he got worse than 5th during one of the betas.
I don't think so. He hasn't gotten worse than 3rd since the game's released. He's never not medaled. This was his first time. Got reverse 3-0'd by Ant in a set I would have loved to watch. And in all of his other ones, he kind of handled people very well. Sandstorm in that opening set of top 8.
Classic.
Wasn't particularly close. He got 3-1 over Zeus, 3-0 over St. Pat, 2 Crags. I guess he was able to deal with the Crags is important, because I think that's a character that he really, really hates a lot. But
he went Fleet for Zeus, right?
Yeah.
And we can assume he went Fleet for St. Pat, honestly.
Maybe. I mean, probably. We'll be able to see at some point.
Yeah.
But the Fleet was you could tell, like, he'd gone Fleet at Heatwave for Ion, I think, in their first set, and it did not pan out. Ion's really good in that matchup, but he has definitely put in some more work in the Fleet for this Crag, because like Crag is a broken character, but it also matches up very well into Forsburn. And I think having this Fleet counter pick is really, really important for Cake. Yeah, definitely not like B-Bats level, but like more. I mean, good enough to beat Zeus.
Yeah, Zeus it's kind of really the superhero co-main right now. All the Crag Ollies, the Crag and Olympia. If you have Olympia as your other guy, you're playing Zed or Olympia, Crag Olympia, or what have you. This seems like Cake's version of that. I don't know if this game is like a dual main game. It's
interesting to think about.
It's hard because like
I feel like at the start there's a lot of people doing some dual main stuff, but I don't even think it was ever that good. I felt like for a while matchups weren't really developed enough where like some things were like definitely like -2 or even just like really difficult to play, so you might as well like put in the time for another character. But like we might be getting there. Characters are pretty well-rounded, but there's definitely like when you're matching up into a character that's like really good against the thing that you're really bad with, or like can really put you into game states that are uncomfortable. I think it can make a lot of sense to have, your Ollie for Zetterburn, your Fleet for Crag, because that just like means you have you don't have to worry about that big weakness in the matchup that can be like exploited by a good opponent.
So I think that the system mechanics actually encourage dual maining. I think that, and the reason I say that is because at a high and top level, there are so many layers of nuance in so many game states regarding neutral regarding the movement, how you're playing around the platforms, regarding floor hug, knowing the floor hug percents, knowing what you can do about it, and utilizing it to your advantage. As well as the edge guarding is super in depth. There's so many routes you can go about recovering, and there are just as many routes you can go about edge guarding people to cover those routes. There's so much nuance and variance, I think, in this game, which makes it so beautiful, that makes it, I think, that extra bit viable to have another character to throw off your opponent's tempo, catch them with something that isn't as experienced, or maybe just lean into it on a matchup that I saw you smile. You pulling up the Elkies tweet? Yeah. This is so she calls this the Proto Bantam, which is Proto Bantam is one of the greatest Smash Ultimate players who plays Lucina and Min Min, two characters that are Min Min is just about as different from every other character as you could possibly be. And he would, regardless of win or loss, switch between the two seemingly at random. And it worked out to his advantage a lot. And I think it's interesting. It's hard comparing it to Ultimate because I don't even play that game anymore. It's been so fucking long since I played that game. The game is completely unfamiliar to me, honestly, in many regards. I've heard that I've heard that Isabel's good now. That shit makes no sense. I don't know.
Really?
But I've heard Piranha Plant's good now. I don't know. Dual maining, I think the depth and nuance and like the level of practice and maintenance you need to compete at a top and high level, actually, I think gives some more viability to practicing those characters when you have specific matchups or specific players in mind.
Yeah.
And I think that level of nuance also like is something that lends people to playing characters very differently. I mean, happens inevitably in all sorts of games. But right, think about the difference between a Beastly and a Sophie, or think about the difference between an Ion and a ZB, right? Completely different play styles that you might want different characters to play against. Now, can I think of any examples? No, I can't. It just like, but I do think there's merit to that point. I think the system mechanics and the level of uniqueness and creativity in the characters' designs and kits themselves also lend themselves to that pretty well.
That's interesting because when you were saying that, at first I was like, "Oh, there's so much nuance and depth to the characters' like options." Then maybe that's a reason that you wouldn't want to dual main. But it's not that, because like if you're a top player, you're gonna understand what your opponent's options are, regardless of the character they're playing. And
You'd be surprised.
This game is not a very technical one. That's always been one of its strengths. Like it can be high skill ceilings, but like to actualize a lot of the things that you see your opponents doing with like their characters, or to do something with a new character you're picking up or secondarying, it's not that difficult compared to a game like Melee or something. Like every character's got the same way.
But even Melee, people would co-main Fox. Like people very famously would go Fox for Hungry Box, Fox for Puff, Fox for Peach. Like Axe has a Fox. Like to make stuff like that happen. That would always be the Mango, the most famous dual main in history. Like it just except no, he's definitely the most famous. I'm just thinking about like pretty much all the best Japanese alt players right now all play like the same 6 characters. And it's pretty funny. I like it a lot. It's one of the many quirks about that game.
I would love. I mean, I think dual maining is also just awesome.
It's just fucking raw.
It's cool to counter pick. It's sick.
It's very
cool. Maybe we'll see more Cake Fleet. Maybe Cake Slade. Maybe. Just thinking.
I mean, maybe. No, probably not though.
Probably not. Maybe though.
Now he'll be good on Force Burn in the coming patches, I reckon.
Okay. That's. I mean, if Crag gets nerfed, Ollie gets nerfed.
He's looking pretty good. He already does so well into Ollie, so. And it has been doing pretty well into Crag as of recently at Genesis. So.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe he needs to pick up Claren for Absol
all right.
and Fleet.
Let's talk about Zachary Benson.
The government is crazy. We need to have a discussion about what went down in this.
We need to talk about Zagreb because I think. Oh, I wanted him to lose this set so bad, so fucking badly. And I'm a Sophie fan, and I do like ZB. I like. I like how his mind works.
He's
but
so
I think
funny,
he was
bro.
such a
When she won this game,
this.
and then when Sophie banned Harbor, and then ZB turned to the crowd and was like, "Why'd she ban it?" That was actually hilarious. That was funny.
It was playing pretty good through the tournament, to be honest. But I think to open top 8 at 9 a.m. with the tech issues with this set with this game. It made me angry. I felt genuine anger towards CP, but it's fine now. I still like him.
No, it's not his fault, bro.
We made 2 videos about
dead ass Trevor's fault. Like dead ass. Like no targeting, no blame, no bullshit, no scapegoating, but dead ass it's Trevor's fault.
This is what's good because now it'll get nerfed. Hopefully,
maybe, probably not.
That's what ZB does. He does the things on the stage, and he's like, Dan, look at this, and then Dan's like, okay, and they nerf it, and so you can't break shield with 4 moves like he did in this game. I'm so glad Sophie won this.
Yeah,
and she only won. Like, she only won because like there was the mental reset. I want to get to that.
Yeah, the mental reset was huge.
Was she on her last stock? Yeah, and then she waits up there, gets the reset, chills out. And then eventually ZB gets bored enough to go to center stage and she's able to capitalize. And thank fucking God.
I think he like SDs down here. He definitely could.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, this was a heroic game. And I think if Sophie lost this game in particular, it might have had me walking out of the venue like an hour and a half later, given the circumstances.
Yeah, for real.
This game was full of motivation. When she missed that fair, I was like, "We're fucked."
I gotta say, I'm proud of her for being able to win this game. I'm
absolutely
very proud of her.
Like even though it did not amount to the set win, it hardly matters.
This was she definitely wasn't playing her best on this top 8 day. I think she's playing quite well the day before. I mean, got the win over Ion, but. Definitely not her best showing in this set. Another game 5 though against ZB. They've had like 4 or 5 of these.
Did ZB play anyone else on stream? I can't even remember. I cannot recall.
Whatever his qualifier was. Ebe, right? Yeah.
Oh wait, didn't he play Beastly on stream? I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. That would have been the other one. Yeah, and that was just like pretty standard Beastly versus ZB activities, honestly. So
definitely.
Man,
that's all I really have to say about ZB.
Yeah, there's nothing
we could talk a little
really
more about
to say until
about Sophie, because she had a great showing here against Ion.
Yeah, this is a good one.
This was like the 3-0 was honestly really, really impressive. Ion, I think I want to check their record, their head-to-head, because they played a ton, and Sophie was
Ion's up like by a lot.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I saw that
wasn't top level for nearly as long. But like a couple. Oh, I think it was it.
I'm pretty sure Ion's won 5 out of their last 6 sets.
Really?
Is that I remember? I'm pretty sure.
I think it was the kitchen or some invitational NorCal. I don't remember which one it was. Where like Sophie got a nice upset on Ion, and then like since then Ion really hasn't been doing Zed or Crag at all. But even with the Olympia, wasn't enough for him to get the win over Sophie, which put him in the Ion's only ever but he gets either first or he doesn't make top 8, and this was the one where he didn't make top 8. And I think if he
first
beats
or
Sophie,
not,
if he beats Sophie, I think there's definitely a world where he wins the whole thing.
Over
would have played ZB in the Ditto, would have to be B-Bats, and then I guess Ant, which he already played.
Would have been a rematch.
Close. Yeah. I think I'd favor Ant in that though, but yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a what if. Ion, one of the players who was expected to win the event from the get-go, looking really, really strong as of late, maining the dual maining the gods, as it were. And I think, 3-0 is impressive, honestly. 3-0 is impressive. Was it Ion? Did Ion tell us he was getting 9th? He like came up to us. We were talking about. He said
I was just like
it's first or 9th.
I said if it's first or 9th.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the last, let's see, one of these is Oops All Arena.
Yeah.
And the other one is Oops All Galvin. So Sophie won this, won at the kitchen, lost at Riptide, lost at the previous kitchen installment, or the cookout rather, not the kitchen.
Yeah.
My apologies. And then Ion pretty much won everything else before that. Pretty much.
Okay. So Sophie's been putting in the work,
winning
making it happen.
All the recent games.
Yeah. Yeah. She's good. It's one of those brackets, it feels like, where it's just like, who'd she lose to in winners? Remind me.
E-bets.
Right. I remember that set. Yeah. I remember that set. That was also a tough one. It's just one of those ones, but definitely a spectacular win over Ion here. Man, who else got 7? Sandstorm.
Sandstorm was our last top 8. This felt like a pretty normal ass run from Sandstorm. Who did he beat? Qual?
Pretty standard stuff. Sometimes you have to play Cake Assault for 7th.
Galvin. Or it's Galvin Mystery Soul.
Shit happens. Sometimes you gotta play Cake for 7th. Sometimes you gotta play Mystery Soul for.
Lost to ZB in Winterside, which was interesting. That was I remember like the first time those two meet, I was like, I feel like ZB is just gonna like do Rivals 2 stuff and Crag stuff, and Sandstorm should lose, but Sandstorm handled it pretty well. This time around, though, ZB came out on top. I don't know. I'm gonna be forward to watching that one.
Yeah, this was impressive over Mystery Soul, especially considering Mystery Soul was coming off the Stango win.
Yeah.
Right, that was before this. I'm not crazy, right?
Yeah. That was way before this.
Yeah. Yes, and it's just like Sandstorm's got it down, man.
He does.
Sandstorm's really got it. Sandstorm also we saw play Toothbrush, which was one of the sets of all time, undoubtedly one of the most. God, yeah, that shit I said about watching your dog run onto the highway is Max Toothbrush, the prince. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, dude. He could have won. He could have 3-0'd that bum. Oh my god. Whatever. I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say about Sandstorm, because when I think about this set, I just want to talk about the Stango set, honestly.
The Stango Mystery Soul?
Yeah.
I mean, let's do that. The finishes at our top 8. So let's talk about our 9th place finishers. We touched on Ion already. Close asset against Ant. And then that kind of got ran over by Sophie. Where is...
Freak that. Let's talk about our 17th place finishers.
Stango.
This was a great
Stango.
set.
So Stango was having
pretty good.
Some stomach issues, has some somewhat chronic, and they came to mess him up here. This bracket ended up losing to Keeb 3-0, who had a great tournament, even like with that caveat there. Keeb had a great performance. But let's want to talk about this Mystery Soul Stango set first.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, we didn't get to watch Stango Keeb, obviously. It will be up eventually, hopefully by the end of the week. But this set, another one that cemented, like, I was talking about opposing play styles in players, and BBATs and Mystery Soul are definitely up there. Mystery Soul is a serial side B up B cancel user. I was also really impressed. It's very easy to see how much he's F tilting in this matchup. For reasons that I can't exactly put into words why it's so good, but it just like is. There's just he just F tilts a lot in this set, and it's great. However, the fleet wasn't the crazy part. I don't know how this. I think a lot of Olympias and Fleets would actually disagree on how this matchup goes. I think there's a couple different opinions to have. I'm inclined to say that Fleet just does. Look at those F tilts, bro. Those F tilts are crazy. I'm inclined to say that Fleet does well because Olympia's biggest weakness is her explosion factor, and that's something that Ollie can make good advantage of off stage with the edge guards, as well as having pretty good disjoints to be able to box and being quick enough, not having like having those quick moves like Nair. So I don't know, but what I really want to talk about is the Galvin, because the Galvin was so fucking good. Can you go to the game before this actually? Oh wait, was this game 5? No, then yes, go to game 4. This matchup looks like try not to laugh challenge, but like it's like you laugh you lose, but like you laugh you die, and both of them, if either of them laugh they die. There's a couple instances where Stango just gets one tapped by a Galvin, by like a Nair or a back air off stage, and it is completely over at like 40%. There's fucking nothing you can do. At some point we get like a one of the forward air side B forward air combos from Mystery Soul, which I can't believe works so well on Olympia, honestly, but it just makes a lot of sense. Mystery Soul is has such a good neutral game and is able to really take advantage of it. Look at this drill. This is it. Look at that. Isn't that insane?
Yeah,
that's just fucking insane. You get the drill up and then you nair him when he's coming back, and it's like, oh, you want to go low against Galvin? You're Olympia and you want to go low against Galvin. Okay, no, for sure, dude. And it's just like there's a lot of situations that seem really hard, and if you aren't able as the Olympia to hit back just as hard to make up for dying sub 50 like once per game, because especially on it when you counterpick to a stage like this, it's really hard to avoid a lot of the situations where I think he was dying pretty early. So I don't know, the Galvin stocks continue to rise, honestly. I think this is it. This is it. Yeah, dude. Oh, can you go back see what percent the up B was at? Let's take a look at this here. So we hit the up B at like 36, and it's just you're just fucking dead. You just die, bro. It's hard to not be in those scenarios. So it's like it's incredibly hard to play around. And so I don't blame Stango at all. The health issues really quite unfortunate. I think we could have seen a lot better performance had those not been the case, but I thought it was really worth dialing in on Mystery Soul and the Galvin and how this matchup works, because it's pretty fucking crazy. Galvin has a lot of matchups like those where he gets farmed and then you get one tapped at 35 and you're like, oh well, fuck me, I guess. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't have been interacting. And then you don't interact, and the magnet is the best projectile in the game. And you're hitting like run pivot F tilts that are completely intangible. It's like, fuck. Well, all good. At least the Nair isn't good. I don't know.
Smile.
He's a good character.
Very good character.
Yeah, W Mystery Soul.
Then I think one of the other more impressive performances was Keeb coming out here, getting 9th place. Did he have a set that he won on stream?
No, he lost to Landon on stream, right? Or was that
on stream?
It was definitely streamed, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was like the first one, yeah.
That's right. But he had a really great showing here. This isn't his best performance. I mean, I think he got like 7th or 5th or something at like PRGE.
Yeah, but honestly, it's good to see that Unk still got it.
Oh yeah, certainly. And he had some good. I want to pull up just his full bracket path here, because lost to ZB and then landed earlier, but beat out Full Stream 3-2, of course, the Stango 3-1.
Those are good ones.
Nice. And then 3-1 over Cora.
3-1 Arcuda. Oh, damn.
Well, I think Arcuda wins. I really want to watch that set. 3-2 over Full Stream.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one. So many good ones we're going to be able to watch after the fact. That's why we were talking about how unfortunate the episode timing is.
We'd
know,
love
maybe
to have it be like next week or something. Or maybe we'll just make another video about it. But it would have been nice to have more to analyze.
The best sets you missed at Genesis X3, something like that.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty good. I might call it.
Yeah. Any other players worth highlighting?
Well,
the top 32.
Dia
coming in here, got 25th from Europe, lost a game 5 versus Cheesy, who then reversed 3-0 Landon, which was heartbreaking for us to watch.
Oh my god, the Cheesy Landon set. Oh my god.
Landon got this double 0 to death game 2 or something. God. I thought it was done, and she just comes back.
Reverse 3-0. Oh my, whatever. I don't even care.
Salt getting 17th and 4th in Melee is pretty impressive.
Yeah, very true.
Slice off step was also reverse 3-0.
A sneaky Asashi 13th on Olympia, yes, by the way.
True. On the Ollie, coming back. Unk still got it. Yeah. Durai. Those will also be some good sets to watch. A lot of bangers that were off stream, but that thankfully are recorded. Shout out SBS and Jet the Jane God and Aether Studios and whoever else took part in that.
Yeah. Cool. Should we talk about the drama?
Talk about the drama. I mean, we talked a little bit about the drama already. It was tough being in the venue, but getting up earlier for the top 8. We fought so hard to go from top 6 to top 8, and Genesis very graciously, we got the extra hour, started a little earlier, but then there were some tech issues. I've heard a couple things from other people about like what was maybe going wrong. Like they were locally recording the games on the setups or something. That was like, hey, you shouldn't do that. There was some, I don't know, weird stuff with the GameCube adapters and making some controller issues. I don't know. It's tough because the rest of the setups were great. Everything else about the Rivals
the off-stream setups were great.
Fantastic. They ran so well. There was tons of them. Places for friendlies. Everything was recorded. But just the stream setups had issues all weekend, and they didn't get resolved. And then we had to suffer the consequences of like what was poised to be a pretty sick top 8, a very interesting one to at the very least. Kind of fizzled out, and it's a shame that's how the season ends.
It's a damn shame. What really gets it is the variety of issues, because it wasn't just the game stuttering when Toothbrush's needle hit a crystal. Wasn't just that. It was, although we did actually lose a game to that. I'm pretty sure Sophie lost game 1 to ZB because a pillar spawned and lagged the game, and she got hit for it and died. That's what I saw a tweet about. I do remember ZB summoning a pillar off stage and just like shaking his head and being like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like throughout that set, they were both just like shaking their heads because the game just wasn't running properly.
The game was not running,
which is really disappointing for what's our season finale should be of higher quality, and we've had some events that have been like fantastic. I know people have really gassed up Collision and Port Priority for being like really, really great for Rivals. Like, and it's just tough that our finals is like this.
Part of it is like a game issue, right? Game has been historically poorly optimized, but it is possible to run the game at an acceptable
and they
level.
Did that on like 40 other setups.
They did it on all the other setups. As well as it's possible to stream the game and have it be just dandy and just fine. But so it's like part of that, and then also this last patch coming in like the day after is pretty crazy, but a lot of optimization stuff seems to be getting fixed, seems to be getting improved very rapidly. But it wasn't just the it was a combination of games optimization with the setups, and then so that was bad, so they had to take a break after it. And I think the context of like what sets were going on also really matters. Like we showed up early. We were told it was going to start at 9. Started, I think, like 20 minutes after, because we started at like 9:10, and then we had all the player introductions and just like a long time of talking. And then the players sit down, and the first set is excruciating. It's Sophie versus ZB. It is an absolute heartbreaker, just like on all accounts. Both players are clearly unhappy. The big projector in front of us was at like 30 FPS, so we had like this slight
the side
sour
projectors were
taste.
so much better.
The side projectors were great. It was we're sitting there, and the gameplay is like difficult to watch, and there's very obviously issues going on. And then after the set finishes, there's a long break. We come back to Cake Assault Sandstorm, another set that we don't think is going to be particularly fun to watch. And the gameplay issues were resolved, but there were audio issues after that. Cake was complaining about audio issues. And so we go to another break to try to resolve a lot of the audio issues that were happening, which seemingly had nothing to do with like the game and was more a Genesis thing, or like more a production thing. And I do want to echo really quick what Zeke said is like, it's hard to blame the production. Like at the end, it is their responsibility, but also it's hard. They're not used to capturing a game on a PC, specifically one that is like not the best optimized. It's a lot easier on when you have like these AAA games on like super consoles like PS5 for fighting games. Yeah, things that shit they're made for. So it's like a little tough. Like I think Bale is deserved in that respect, but there were audio issues after that. Then we watched Cake just completely tear through Sandstorm. Not a particularly fun set to watch. And by the time that set was over, it had already been an hour and a half. And so we'd finished 2 sets in like 90 minutes, which people like, even if it wasn't top 8 and it was top 6 and it started at 10 and then alt was at noon, it had been 90 minutes and it would have been 2 sets, and top 6 is 6 sets, 7 if there's a reset. So it would have been a third through it with a half hour to spare. So this wasn't even like I saw a lot of people, like I was messaging people about it, and they were like, this is why they shouldn't have got a top 8 in the first place. And I just like can't
that doesn't make any
emphasis
sense
enough how that doesn't make any sense, and that definitely isn't the point. So we get done with that set. We finally watch the winner sets. At the third set of the day, we go Rangunchu B-Bats. There's fucking controller issues. They load into the game, both their controllers stop working.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
They relaunch the game, they replug the controllers, the adapter, they go back in, and the controllers break again. And there was just a long time where I can't imagine having to have been a player in that situation where you're sitting in winners semifinals of Genesis, and you're sitting and you're playing the setup, but you actually have no idea if your next input is even going to work and if anything even matters, because we'll have to restart the game anyway. Like that was really that was something I was thinking about. But that was a really good set. Rangunchu B-Bats, that was a really good set. Ant Beastly, another really good set. Really fun as a spectator to watch those sets. And then after those 2 sets, Rangunchu and Beastly go up to the setup, and the casters are like, oh, well, we're getting winners finals, which by the way, quick aside, I know you and I were talking about this. They had caster audio in the hall between the games, but not during, which it's a decision. It's not technically wrong, right?
No, I just think the energy in person gets so much better when the casters are playing in the venue. I don't understand why they have it off at all.
Yeah.
Maybe for the players, but I don't know.
That's just something we're kind of used to. It is a matter of taste. There was one set where they forgot to turn the caster audio off. They had it playing for like 2 stocks, and it was awesome. Like it was great. So that was, I don't know, maybe that's just like a personal thing. I'm pretty sure, did they not have the caster audio in-house in the theater last year?
They did have it in the theater last year.
Right.
Yeah.
So that just like, it makes sense when there's multiple games being streamed like on the stages, but when it's just like the finals, I don't know. That's something that I would like to have had different.
I mean, that's something also. I mean, do you have more to say about top 8? Because I have some other more general thoughts about the in-person experience. Okay, finish that. First.
We get to winners finals, and Fabs is like, oh, we're just gonna get into winners finals, and then it's revealed that the matches for 5th are playing off stream, and not even off stream at a setup. They're playing backstage where we can't go watch it if we want.
Yeah.
And I like checked, by the time I checked start, the bracket, to see like winners finals being played, BBats had already 3-0'd ZB like off stream. And it was just like, dude, like, are we fucking it had been like 2.5 hours. We'd played 4 sets. 2 of them fucking sucked to watch. The rest of it was like pretty slow. The energy was low. It was just, the whole thing was annoying and frustrating to spend, like, because I'm not gonna lie, like, at least for me, a big part of why I was willing to spend so much money to go to this event was because of the prestige of the top cut. I don't even, it's kind of like, not being in the theater was kind of like a fucking non-issue compared to what was actually happening. But
yeah,
like, it's something I would have been willing to like easily accept. And still, like I said, it kind of is a non-issue compared to the other stuff. But it was disappointing and frustrating to have spent so much money on and not get the experience that I was hoping for, and not even like a letdown, but like something severely frustrating like that.
yeah.
Which, like I said, I don't want to, this is just like how it felt. I don't want to cast blame or like demand like they fucked me and I want my money back and they should all kill themselves. No, absolutely not.
No,
It was just like, truthfully, that's just how it felt. And we stayed and we watched the whole top 8, and there were some really good games in there.
Yeah.
But the matches for 5th were off stream. It kind of sucked. And yeah.
I think my experience at Genesis was really, really good. The best I had on a major, but that Sunday just sucked. It was so hard to sit through. It was disappointing, but also I thought was honestly affected me more was the fact that there was like Rivals 2 was only on stream for like the second half of round 2 pools and top 32. So
Yeah.
there was like 10 streamed sets or something before top 8. There was more than that because we did all the qualifiers, but like there weren't that many, and there was a ton of they had so many casters that all commentated like 3 games together. It was weird. I think it felt like they're pushing FGC a lot more this year, but there was like no quad stream.
Yeah, we had to wait for Uma Musume to wrap up.
Yeah,
to get our
that was
sets.
I think pretty disappointing because I want to watch, like, it's great that we have all their games recorded, but that's more of their studios than Genesis, and I think the fact that like we don't get to watch all these games, the commentary, we didn't get to like sit down and watch the matches as they were happening, because there were some hype ones in like the start of round 2 pools, even at the end of round 1. It's like, all right, we just don't get to watch, or we have to go to find the setup. We don't get to sit down and watch it on the projector. It was a little disappointing, but otherwise, I mean, I had a great time there, but not really because of much of what the event did.
Yeah. I think there's a couple good takeaways from that. One thing is there were talks even before the event actually happened of people, like, I think mainly Keikasalt had a big tweet, and obviously he's a big personality, big player, has a lot of influence in how people view these things, calling for like, hey, our circuit finale deserves better than what they're giving us. And it's like, fine that they, like, we understand you do have an obligation when you're Genesis to put as many resources as possible into your 1,000 entrant tournaments.
Yeah, for
Ultimate
sure.
in Melee, 100%. There's history there. There's like, it makes a lot of sense. But given that being the case and being like what is allocated to us and what we're able to do, it makes a lot of more sense to move the circuit finale to an event that would be better for the game. I think there's a lot of arguments that could be had there. I mean, we're pointing at like port and collision. I hope it's please collision because we can fucking drive there. But there is definitely validity in the fact that Genesis is a prestigious,
it's got the
storied
prestige.
event.
It's got the aura.
It has the aura. It gives it's seemingly the most amount of people an opportunity to look at the game, which is very good for things like Rivals in the past and Rivals 2 right now. You know,
maybe not the best thing this time around. that so many people were looking at it.
The studio, like, they need to take these marketing opportunities and do the best that they can to get as many eyes on the game, get as many people playing and interested in the game as possible. I think it makes sense from that standpoint. But after being at the event, and so for those reasons, I was kind of like, it might just be the way that it is, that even if they don't treat us the best, we like this finale will be at Genesis, and then we'll have these other really awesome events that are awesome to go to and you should go to. But after being there for this weekend, I'm kind of like, let's do Collision. Like, let's I don't know.
Kind of glad to agree. I mean, Collision's kind of weird because there's also a bunch of events just around it pretty immediately.
Yeah,
like last year it was like Evo, then Collision, or Evo, then Supernova, then Collision, then Riptide, like pretty close. So like that doesn't necessarily make the most sense. Port could be really good. Heatwave's also always there.
Whatever.
I mean,
Heatwave is also
the
Rivals
tournament.
It makes sense. Yeah,
it is the Rivals tournament.
It is the NASB tournament. Yeah.
It is the Lethal League Blaze tournament. It
is the Framemakers tournament. Yes, we should do it. Yeah,
I can't think of another one.
You ran out of dick.
Yeah, do they do Slap City? They probably do Slap City.
They do Slap City. Yeah,
it's the Slap City. It's the Rivals One Workshop tournament.
Yeah, man. It's just we're in a place. The game is in a place now where there's a lot more growing to do. There's a lot more stuff to do, but it seems like we do have options at this point, which would be nice if we want the circuit finale and the circuit as a whole to be a celebration of the game and its community, which are two incredibly special things, rather than a place to show the Slade trailer, right? We will hold Genesis, we will hold the circuit finale at Genesis so that people will watch the Slade trailer is sometimes what it feels like, which I don't even think is wrong. That's a fine move.
But it's probably a good idea.
Just food for thought.
I think get ready. Omega Fusion is going to be the RCS season 2 finale. Get ready.
Man. You're funny, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
No, but okay, that's a lot of negative talk. Genesis was great. I had a fun time. I did well.
I had a really
got
fun 65th.
Time. We played well. We met a lot of.
I didn't play well. I played terribly.
You played like a fucking bot, but your pool was at 11:30 p.m. So whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone who came up. Thanks for saying hi to us. That kind of made the trip.
It really did.
If no one talked to me and then we went through Sunday and we just flew home, I wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't have flown home.
We wouldn't have flown home.
Something would have happened.
Something would have gone wrong. Terribly wrong.
Terribly.
And so, yeah, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for everyone that we got a chance to talk to. It's really a wonderful thing.
That's the best part of events. I hope to talk to people more at the future ones.
Everyone go to Riptide, please. Everyone go to Riptide.
Riptide. Everyone's go to
Riptide. We can all hold hands in the wave pool. Everyone, please.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay. That's enough about Genesis. It's time to finish things up. I got some gatherings because we got some events coming in EU. We got a Rival 4. This is a Rivals first bracket. This time they have Melee. I don't think they had Melee at the last one.
They didn't.
This was maybe my favorite EU tournament of this whole last season. It was a Rival 3. It was really, really sick. We got all the top talent, more or less. Yeah, Jennifer Nadlax. We got Gothics, Penquid Shoes. It's going to be fun. It's this weekend in London. There's also another one, a French tournament. Not quite as stacked. Still some really good talent. Elfanan, Souls, but has awesome art that's I think is really good. And there were some older ones too. It just looks fucking sick. Just look at fucking Analyst in this.
Yeah. That's dope. He needs a chain. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. But that's pretty sick. I also have a bunch of photo albums from Supernova. What? Genesis. These are all great. Love the photographers capturing these moments, not just because I get to use them for thumbnails. We got some updates to some workshop favorites. Oh, I forgot to put the Knuckles one. We got some updates to the DK. We got sound effects on Jigglypuff, who's otherwise pretty much the most complete workshop character from another game, especially. I wonder if I can find the Knuckles one real quick. Just someone porting in P+ Knuckles. Here we go. Magma Boy, all reliable.
So you can't find any work somewhere. This guy looks jank. This guy looks pretty broken and jank and awesome and fun to play.
Ion's going to be winning every workshop bracket with this. I got a little PSA for those of you who had the Zach with a Q optimization guide. Gonna need to follow these steps. He tweeted it out. We got an update to this unofficial Luna rank from STG, who ranks their top 100 characters or players rather in the game. I think we're gonna do another community top 20 or something.
Yeah, soon.
Since stay tuned for that. Whatever video we'll do next, we'll put an ad for it, and then we'll talk about the DashBack. But Ant got all the way up to number 3, which I think makes sense. I mean, he's only done well at the tournaments he's entered. Spargo still maintained that number 5.
That was crazy to me.
It's pretty interesting.
Because is Plup on this list?
Plup didn't enter enough.
Right? Right. So I was
I mean, one event in R2CS.
I was like, how did Plup get excluded, but Spargo did get included? Spargo's been to like 3 events?
Spargo's been to like Gommel,
Supernova, Evo, and Supernova.
Evo. Oh, maybe that's I guess that was it.
It's just maybe 3 was the minimum.
Maybe. I mean, it's a lot more than 1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That makes sense. Yeah, Spargo's good, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. It also looks like okay. No, wait, that was last LMB. So I don't know if this is. Yeah, just the start of R2CS. So Plup literally only had 1 event. It was just Evo because Genesis wasn't in the other one. But that's all interesting. We have the drip collector montage with some just beautiful,
the Charlie Kirk
tasteful
one?
music. Yeah, it's the Charlie Kirk one.
Charlie Kirk,
which kind of
had
blew up with the repost, which isn't showing up for some reason.
Looking for vibes repost.
Yeah, got a Throne Orc clip. I forget. I remember seeing this one, and I thought it was sick, but I don't remember now. Get that ledge refresh mid combo. Come on.
Oh wow,
that's how he plays his bird.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Guthix, I think like this is on the new patch. Found some.
It got patched out.
Some bugs. Oh right.
Yeah, but yes, this is kind of hilarious that you can go through the stage.
Yep, very funny. And that's all of my gatherings.
Zeus confirming that 3 events is the minimum, which is great. But yeah, Plup only had 1. Plup only had Evo because Genesis didn't. The first Genesis didn't count.
And that brings us, as it always does, to Mender's medal. This big one.
Here's the thing, man.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me think.
I hope next year, Big Pup. I hope he enters more.
Okay. At the risk of sounding disingenuous, I can think of no one more deserving of the medal this week than our favorite alt top player, Beastly, who recently won the Genesis X3 Rivals of Aether II side bracket. It's absolutely, it's miraculous, man. Beastly is a fucking grinder, and I was hesitant because I was like, man, I'm trying to do damage control or like something stupid.
There's no way. I mean, there's no way you were trying to do damage control after how you were talking earlier.
Dude, I was talking crazy.
It was there's no saving, and you know that.
There is a
genuine
long list of players in Rivals 2 who it is merely a matter of time before they find their first major victory, and Beastly has been on that list perhaps the longest. coming from alt, where he played the Diddy Kong, had a pretty harsh set against Mia, one of the greatest to ever do it over an alt. Sorry, he got slimed out by Mia, but that's just the reality of the alt meta nowadays, and it has had a weird relationship with the game. It seemed like did really well in the first like 6 months of the game on the Zeta burn, on the broken burn, and then once the nerfs came through, Ollie came out, things got a little bit complicated, took a step back from practicing, but around, I want to say 6 months ago, really turned the gas on, turned the heat on the stove to get cooking, and has had major improvements in his play. One of the players that is just been due a major win for a very long time now, and it is miraculous and an incredible feat of dedication and skill that it would be this Genesis, our series finale, and also fitting that it was one of the tournaments of all time. It was one of the tournaments of all time. So
truly,
man, good stuff. Triumphant. Congratulations on the medal.
You know. No, never mind.
Nah, don't say it. Don't say it.
He earned it.
He earned it. Yeah.
And congrats Beastly and Team Gary fuck Menderbug. I think
it doesn't even make sense. You stand for nothing. It's so stupid, bro. It's so stupid.
I stand for love.
Okay.
And is that so bad?
I stand for truth. And that's how it's going to be. Are you team love or team truth? Everyone's going to be team love. I would love to be on team love. It just clears team truth, unfortunately. But that's what I've just decided.
Well, stay tuned for this team love versus team truth crew battle next week.
We'll do that at my tournament that we're not announcing yet. Yeah, we'll do that.
That's going to happen real soon. All right. Stay tuned. We'll probably do some more videos about Genesis because there was so much that we haven't gotten to see yet.
Yeah.
Some awesome runs. And that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.
Yay. Bye.